My name is Harvey Link, and I've been a social worker all my life, and I have worked with Child Protective Services in Monterey County and elsewhere in Los Angeles County and San Luis Obispo County in California. I am 90 years old, going on 90, and I thank the good Lord for good health, and my dear wife for keeping me so healthy.
Hello, my name is Jeanne Link. We've been married for almost 61 years, and we spent a lot of the early years in recreation, which is a good word. It means to recreate. It's to help people to spend their spare time and enrich their lives. And I've worked in it for children on through seniors, and I think it's very important. We felt in the Boys and Girls Club that, because they were separate originally, there was the Girls Clubs of America and Boys Clubs of America. And I went back to Syracuse to study programming in the College of Social Work, how to enrich girls' programming. And being an artist with a graphics background, I did a lot of posters and things to show, illustrate papers that we wrote.
We had built boys clubs in Pasadena and in Oxnard, and this was our third boys club that Jeanne and I built. And we believe strongly that children should be socialized to play with, to play and be associated with girls with boys and boys with girls and so forth, as we do in public education. And this matter of having an institution, public institution, only for boys, I thought was losing something. One year we had a meeting of the executive directors of boys clubs in Palm Springs, and I stood and addressed the executive director nationally of boys clubs at that open meeting, and asked him why we did not have boys and girls clubs of America. Had that ever been attempted or discussed at the level in New York City? And he said, Link, have you ever seen kids playing at a school at recess? And I said, oh yes. He said, don't you see the boys running and pushing and shoving and so forth each other, and the girls playing on the monkey bar and so forth, and going down the slides and doing nice cute things with each other? I said, yes. He said, they don't want to be together in play and recreation at recess. They each want to be separate, unless they're fighting. He said, haven't you noticed that? And I said, yes. I said, that's what this is all about. I said, they need to be drawn together so that they feel comfortable with each other and respect each other and learn to work together and to play together as children. And that, he said, well, they don't do it unless there is someone there suggesting it or supervising it. And I said, sir, this is what this is all about. We need professional supervision to bring children together as boys and girls, as children, to play together. We could call it the children's clubs or the boys and girls clubs, if you wish to. But we should not eliminate girls from a national organization of recreation or guidance at the national level. And he said, we will never be part of Girls Clubs of America, Link. That was in Palm Springs. in 1945. And so I asked the editor of the Monterey Peninsula Herald and the owner, Alan Griffin, if he would be willing to serve on a board, and he said that he would. And then I asked him if he would introduce me to what I thought were the 10 most influential people on the Monterey Peninsula. He said, I'll have you meet Harry Crosby, Bing Crosby. And he said, I'll be happy to. So he said, if you'll meet me on the putting green, I'm going to meet him on the putting green this afternoon. Come on out to the putting green on the 18th hole, and that's where I'm going to meet Bing Crosby. And I'll introduce you to Bing Crosby, because he's the one who writes a check for the youth centers as a result of the proceeds from the clam bake. So I met them on the putting green, and he introduced me to Mr. Crosby. Mr. Crosby invited me to come over to his home, which was near the 18th hole, and so I came over to with Mr. Crosby to his home, sat down with him and his brother Larry. Bing's name was Harry, Larry and Harry, and we talked there about the needs of the new city of Seaside for recreation, their lack of funding, and he was very gracious. Crosby was easy to talk to, and fine man. I liked him very much. He was just down to earth, and we ended up receiving from him a check for $50,000. And so our board of the Boys and Girls Club of Seaside wished to continue the policy of having boys and girls meet together, and so we applied for a membership, and we were given a membership in the Boys Clubs of America with the girls as equal members. Our board received notice that was not approved by the New York National Board, and they withheld our membership in Boys Clubs of America because we had girls as members. Our board decided at their board meeting that they would stand by their philosophy and the philosophy of many other people in the country at that time to have boys and girls meet together. So we then dropped our application. Actually, we refused membership by the Boys Clubs of America to be members. We were the first, for a very short length of time, the first Boys and Girls Club in America. And it wasn't until Colin Powell, who had been a member of the Boys Club in New York when he was a boy, and always expressed gratitude for that, when he became head of the excuse me, of the Institute for National Work for Youth, he was influential in changing the policy of the Boys Clubs of America to change its name to the Boys and Girls Clubs of America.
You know, what really is wonderful about the Boys and Girls Clubs of America's programs is a philosophy which brings boys and girls together, learning new skills, mixing with kids from other cultures and other backgrounds and ethnic backgrounds, with supervision, with a director, with teachers. It's an enrichment program which works.